He chose to walk away. We don't realize it at first, but every time we run after someone who left, we're turning our back on our own path. Growth requires energy. And when that energy is constantly being spent on trying to bring people back who decided to exit your life, there's little left for your own elevation. It's like watering a dead plant hoping it'll bloom again. Some people were only meant to be part of your story temporarily, and that's okay. The problem is we try to make temporary people fit into permanent roles. And in the process, we delay our own progress. You see, growth isn't comfortable. It demands sacrifice. It means accepting that not everyone who started with you is going to finish with you. And that's where a lot of people get stuck in the emotional trap of feeling abandoned, rejected, or betrayed. So instead of pushing forward, they stay behind, emotionally chasing people who've already moved on. They check their social media, replay conversations, search for closure in places that only offer confusion. And all the while, life is moving on without them. You have to understand this, people leave for a reason. Sometimes the reason's yours to know, sometimes it's not. But either way, their exit created space. And space is where transformation happens. When someone walks away, it's not always a loss. It could be a divine setup, a blessing in disguise. God has a way of removing people who no longer fit your purpose, even when you're too emotionally attached to see it. What we often view as rejection is really redirection. But you can't grow if you constantly focus on who's missing. You can't step into your future if your eyes are locked on the rearview mirror. Your next level is not behind you, it's ahead of you. But to get there, you have to be present. You have to be focused. And most importantly, you have to stop carrying emotional baggage that doesn't belong to you anymore. You can't run towards your dreams while dragging the weight of past relationships that expire. That's how you stay stuck. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to prioritize your growth. It means you choosing peace over confusion, clarity over chaos, and purpose over pain. You don't owe explanations to people who left without offering one. You don't need to prove your worth to those who didn't see it. And you certainly don't need to fight for a place in someone's life when the door has already been closed. Real growth begins the moment you stop chasing and start building. It begins when you realize that anyone who truly values you will stay, will show up, will match your effort. And those who don't, let them go. You don't have to beg for love. You don't have to convince someone to see your value. If they couldn't recognize it the first time, their presence now won't help you grow. Your energy is your responsibility. Every second you spend focused on someone who walked away is a second you could have invested into yourself, your healing, your goals, your passion, your journey. It's not selfish to do that. It's necessary. Because when you stop chasing what left, you create space for what's meant to arrive. You stop repeating cycles and start creating progress. You shift your attention from the pain of the past to the promise of the future. And that's when the real growth begins, when you finally give yourself permission to move forward without dragging the weight of who didn't stay. There comes a time in life when you have to realize that focusing on yourself is not a sign of arrogance, coldness, or selfishness. It's survival. In a world that constantly demands your attention, your energy, your time, and your heart. It's easy to lose yourself trying to be everything to everyone. People will drain you if you let them. They'll take and take and take until there's nothing left of you for you. And then you're left feeling empty, exhausted, unseen, wondering when you stop mattering to yourself. But self-focus is how you reclaim that space. It's how you remind the world and yourself that your well-being matters too. People will tell you to be there for everyone. to keep showing up, to keep being